Hello, welcome to the Carroll County Public Library Fall Scrapbooking Program. Today we are going to create a 12 by 12 scrapbook page to showcase your fall photos. In your kit, you will have a link to where where we got this page idea. It's a Creative Memories blog post from April. And before we get started, one thing I wanted to tell you is in your kit, you should have die cut letters where you could have a title, family, fall, fun, or any kind of combination with that. You could do fall fun, fall, family fun. For me, today, I am just going to use family for this page. So to start, we're going to start with your 12 by 12 base page, which is colored. And then we are going to attach to it the off-white ivory cardstock, which is 11.5 by 11.5 inches. And you will see one side will have two pencil marks that are at 5 3/4 inches with a faint line drawn vertically. And this is just to help you position all of the strips that we're going to be using correctly. So I'm going to apply adhesive to the other side. And just center that with the vertical line, with the faint line going vertically. Okay. Now, next you're going to find lots of strips. These strips are angled for you already, just to make sure everything works successfully for you. And you'll have strips that started out, they were 11 inches, 9, 7, 5, 3, and then there's just a tiny little end piece. Most of these pages are one-sided, so you should be able to figure out how to position your strips. But this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to have the two 11-inch pieces that are angled to meet this way. Then we're going to attach the 9, 7, 5, 3 like this. So let's start with the 11-inch strip. I'm just going to apply some adhesive. And I'm going to line it up with that faint line and trying to keep an even border top and bottom. Then I'm going to apply adhesive on the other 11-inch strip and just match it up. And I'm going to go to the 9-inch strip, and I am just butting that up. Now we're doing the 7-inch strips. If you're wondering how I did these angles, when you go to the link that we've included for the Creative Memories blog post where I got this idea, Creative Memories has a trimmer that has markings, a 45-degree marking. So it made it really easy to make these angles perfect. And so that's why we did that ahead of time for you. So that your strips would all match. If you don't have a trimmer like that, you could do it by hand. You would just have to match up the angles. So here we have a nice base for our scrapbook page. Now, next you're going to find that you have 4 triangles, and these triangles were 5-inch square that were just cut in half. And the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to put the matching triangles on opposite each other. And here I'm just going to eye up so that I have an even border, so I have an even white space. And this doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be putting photos on top of it, so any little imperfections I don't think are going to be noticeable. Okay. Now I am going to put my title, which I was just going to put family. And unfortunately, I forgot my liquid adhesive, which would work perfectly for this. So this Tombow adhesive that I'm using is a dot adhesive. It's actually nice because the dots will rub off if anything seeps through the edges. Have to make sure that your letters are positioned. So I'm not worrying about these dots getting on the side here. I'm just going to make sure that I don't put my scrapbook page over that. And you may not be able to see, but I saw a little bit of adhesive in the center of that A, and I'm just rubbing it off, and it's coming off no problem. So this Tombow, I actually get it at Michael's. The repositionable dots is a very useful adhesive. It starts off repositionable, but once you let it sit, it dries permanent. I mean, it ends up permanent. So you still, even though it's repositionable, you're going to get a good stick. And I can feel that adhesive got on the front of that Y, so I'm just wiping it off carefully. So that's where I put my title. Next, I'm just gonna add a couple photo mats. And these that we have in the kit that I'm using are this mustard color. One thing that you should know is your strips may be different than mine. We, are using papers that were generously donated to the library, and so they're all in the same color family, but your page might have slightly different corners and strips. And the last thing I wanted to do was, you should have in your kit a bunch of different colored leaves punched out. And so we tried to give you more than you would need. And I'm just trying to group them kind of around the photos. And then once I like how they look, I will adhere them down. I might actually tuck that underneath. So I think I like that. And I'm gonna, again, staying over here where I've been using the my scratch mat. I'm just gonna kind of tuck that underneath a little bit. So it kind of, the reason why I'm doing that is I feel like putting it underneath kind of anchors the photo. And I'm gonna do that down here on this corner as well. Oops, good thing I didn't use my scratch paper like I said I should. So I hope that you can see, I'm just gently lifting up the corner of the photo mat to put my leaves underneath. They're a little bit movable because this is repositionable adhesive, but once it sets, it will be permanent. And one last thing that I included in your kit is a little block that I was thinking would be nice to put some journaling on. Since a lot of these papers were busy, you could do some journaling right here on the blue. But another option would be to use your journaling mat. And that could be, you could locate that wherever you want. I think I'm going to put that in the center. So you have two places for photos, you have a place for journaling, and this is your fall scrapbook page. We hope that you enjoy creating this scrapbook page on your own. One more thing before we go is I would erase with an eraser those pencil marks, just so that you don't see them on your finished product. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll look forward to our next crafting program.